Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with with Bath City Football Club, who we're trying to take to the top of the Premier League and beyond. So far we are doing really well here in our first season in Skybet League 2. We are very close to a playoff spot, and we'll see how we manage that. Next game coming up is in Checkatrade Trophy. Checkatrade Trophy in their third and final match in the group stages there, I believe. And sorry for that, really ridiculous stuttering on that name, really, so to say. And we get some pre-match tactical advice here from Philly Smart on that match against Coventry, and he wants us to get stuck in, but I don't really want to do that, so we will not do that. According to the bookmakers, we are quite clear underdogs with 4 times the money to win the game. Let's see here. So we actually have quite a few players on international duty as well. So 2 players on international duty here in this match against Coventry City. We'll see here. Let's check this out first. So we have excellent support here. That's good. And losing some ability changes here. For example, Gosling only no potential veteran national talent, which is not too great at all. He's 3 to 4 stars in potential ability. So I think we definitely should try and still to develop him, so to say. So we'll see here. And we are having quite a disaster here in terms of players to choose among. All players here very, very tired, pretty much. So Jones, I guess we can have Baker in the team there still. And let's see here, Gray instead of Connor, that should be all right. Thankster, you are away, unfortunately. Midfield, so we will play Lundstrom, and we will play Lundstrom instead of the Haviland. And Lundstrom, you will be playing a central midfielder in defend. And I do want another player for Charles, but I don't really have any other player here to play. Could play Jordan, but that is not really a good option, so I guess we'll have to play Charles, who's very tired, and we need a striker instead of Gosling here as well, or actually both Gosling and Ponticelli. So let's put in Eloy as a poacher, let's get in Dune there as well as a pressing forward in attack. So like that. So this will definitely be a little bit of a B team, but that should be all right. It's not really that crucial that we are doing too great here in this league, or not league, cup match anyway, since we basically already have lost the possibility to move on from the group stages here in Checkatrade Trophy, or at least I think that's the case. A very dangerous chance there, straight off though from June, just over the top of the bar. And we're not actually clear to not move on. We're actually quite possibly have a chance to move on if we do a good result here against Coventry. So I'm not really expecting to do a good result though, but we'll see here. So first highlight of the match looks to be for Coventry. But we managed to intercept the ball here, passing it forward to the midfield and out to Heat here on the left-hand side. Passing it forward to Edeloy, passing towards our strikers, but unfortunately getting read there pretty well by Coventry, who are taking over the play, but are doing an extremely poor pass, and the ball to Heath, to Charles, and to Dune, and a chance there, but saved by their keeper. And speaking of Dune, we are got a injury on him, so I guess we'll have to put Ponticelli back in. Let's play him as target man instead of pressing forward. Don't want to have two players in the same role beside each other. I don't really think that's a good option. Next highlight here in the 37th minute. And Heat with the ball again, passing to Ponticelli, to Morris here in the defense, and a long ball up that is read by Coventry, but their ball is read by us, and they are trying to convert here, but they do it poorly, and they want to Edloy, and again poorly, but a chance for a counter-attack here for Coventry. And playing it wide here on the right hand side, and crosses it in, but we managed to get it clear, but getting a second ball here to cross, and that's somehow not in the goal there. It looked extremely dangerous. Don't know how that couldn't be a goal, or it looked extremely much like the ball were in the goal, so to say. But all right, can't complain. Don't really want a goal against us, of course, but we're about to say that we are definitely getting it there. But again, they managed to miss putting it into the goal somehow. And we are approaching the end of the first half here. So there we have halftime. So the scoreline after one half is 0-0 for Bassett versus Coventry. Shots 9-7, shots on target 3-2, and possession 42-58%. So done an alright first half here. We should definitely be hitting the target more than we are, I feel, but other than that, it should be, or it feels pretty alright. So if we can keep something like that up here in the second half, it would be very good. And the second half here, starting with a chance for Coventry and a corner by Coventry. So here is that said corner, and we managed to clear quite safely there. So not too much happening. And yeah, we are having a lot of tired players, and I need to do something about Charles here. So I guess we will be putting in the Haviland. Yeah, we will, because we don't really have any better option. So the Haviland, you can play in attack actually. So we will have one central midfielder in attack and one in defend. A little bit orthodox maybe, but should be all right. So we'll switch in, let's see here, Jordan instead of Akinola here, just due to he is being so tired, and Jordan not really tired, so trying to have as fresh feet as possible on the pitch here at the moment, since all players are pretty darn tired. And yeah, a goal here would make it very much possible and interesting for us to be able to reach the second round here. And apparently this goes to penalties if it's a draw here. So we have penalties here after full time. Bassett versus Coventry in the Checkaday Trophy round 2. Coventry, they're starting off with getting a goal there on the first penalty. Then next up, Ponticelli versus the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper saves, unfortunately, there an extremely poor penalty actually by Ponticelli. Taylor up for Coventry versus the keeper here, and extremely poor action there from our keeper. So another goal by Coventry. Next up, Lundström for Bass, and a very well placed corner, well, not corner, penalty there. So reducted to 2-1 there, but the Coventry still one goal up and getting in another goal there on their third penalty. And the third penalty for Bass will be taken by Jones here. And decent penalty there, but a goal under the keeper. So Bradford here for Coventry on their fourth penalty. So this need to miss or be saved. Yeah, it's saved there by our keeper, and a very poorly struck penalty. So Heat here for Bath City on the fourth penalty, a chance to equalize properly, and it's not the case there because it was another poor penalty and a good save by the Coventry keeper. So Coventry here have the chance to decide it all if they manage to get it into the goal here by Dili Bashiru. So Dili Bashiru versus our keeper, and it's a goal and a bad action by our keeper, and unfortunately we go home with 0.0 or something like that. I don't know, or do we go away with 1 point? I guess we are maybe going away with 1 point, because it wasn't our first match also to penalties. I think it maybe were. Northern Group B, Tuesday. West Brom balls. No, we lost with 1 goal in the first match. So unfortunately losing that match, but extremely little in it. Doing out for 1 to 2 days, and that's all right. So moving up here towards the next game, that will be against Bristol Rovers, who are 16th in the league, and we are playing it at home, so hopefully it should be a good chance for a good result, especially since it will be a little bit of a rest here in between the matches with over 1 week of not playing anything. We do of course have a few players, as said, on international duties, but that is only really good for us, since that is adding to their experience for sure, and maybe having them a chance to develop a little bit better, which would be very nice, since we are trying to build a team that will develop into a really strong and good team. Of course, these are not any players that will make it to the Premier League or anything like that, I would guess, but yeah. Thanks there. You are not really a good player to loan out. You are our first choice for substitution or for subs, so we'll reject all loan offers there and move on towards the match against Bristol Rovers. And while we do that, remember to smash that like button if you are enjoying this episode, and also if you haven't done so already, if you're hitting that subscribe button, it would mean the world to me, and it would be very much appreciated if you want to, of course. With that said, we got the training results in from last week, and our first team did 7.67, so that's pretty darn good. Under 23, 7.22, so that's all right, and under 18s, 7.81. So that's decently as well. So let's check the training here for the first team only. Heat not really improving. Ponticelli actually improving here a little bit, which is nice. Improving a lot actually in terms of work rate, and that is also pretty darn good. And yeah, improving pretty or in a few different things here. Pretty good. Decisions for one thing, and acceleration, no, composure, and yeah, so that's really good actually, since he might be able to get up to a decent level, decent escape at League 2 striker then, if he continues to improve. Let's actually praise him for his development, so that's good. Lundström not really getting too much out of it. Gosling here don't remember. Yeah, he's improving slightly. Not really at the pace that we would like him to develop though, but it's alright. I can unlock getting a little bit better here, which is good. Let's see here. Jones not happening too much. Merge the same really. Jordan, Aloy, Tavares, yeah, nothing special. And we'll criticize Baptize here, who are not getting up to 6.5 or better. And we had some advice there, so let's actually check that first here. Training intensity changes. Yeah, change training intensity for Morris and the Helen. That's all right. So I have extremely high potential ability here, the Haviland actually. So if he develops properly, he might have a chance to make it with the team for quite many leagues maybe, or at least 1 or 2 divisions up. So he could become like maybe a Skybet Championship player. Who knows? I guess if he does good enough, I'm just saying that it might be a chance, or anyway, actually, he might be bought by a team that will take him to the championship. You never know. That is something that is quite interesting from time to time, especially when you're quite long into a save, to watch where your players have really gotten to, and if they have doing good after they transferred away from your team, or if they are not doing it. I like to watch that from time to time, definitely, just for fun, so to say. And yeah, we had 1 match moved here, so we will be playing or having 1 match less played than the rest of the teams in the league here for quite some time, I guess, maybe, or we will just have a little bit tighter playing schedule here somewhere, which will be felt for us, so to say, definitely, but still, with 3 players on international duty, I think requesting to get 1 matched mood is the right choice to do, which we got here last time around, or requested and got that approved, so to say. And here we have Owen Otasovi, that should be one of the better players in the team, according to him. Unfortunately, he's an attacking midfielder, so don't have any real use of him. And a forward here, that would be some quality. Let's scout him, but he's 32, so it's not really a player that we would choose to put choose to put our resources into, so to say. But yeah, anything to strengthen our team is always welcome, so to say, of course. But we are not going out looking for a 32-year-old player, definitely. We can go out and be looking for a 19, 20-year-old player or something like that. That is definitely the case, since we are trying to build up and trying to take care of the potential ability that the players have, and try to treat it as well as possibly and as well as we can do to get them to their best ability, so to say. So finally, we're coming up to the game here pretty shortly against the Bristol Rovers. First, we have a lot of mail to go through, actually, but it's all these homegrown mails, so nothing really. We should have 1 more training round here to go through before the match against the Bristol Rovers. So let's see here. Pre-match tactical advice. Should defend more narrowly. Sure, we can do that. And focus play down the right. We can't really do that though, so we will not. But we did follow the first advice that we got there from our assistant manager. We do trust our assistant manager. And we don't really trust the bookies that have us a pretty even game here against Bristol Rovers, because we think we can win and hope that we win. Training for the first team here, average 7.87, so really well. Under 23, 7.24, not too good. Under 18s, 8.38, so that's pretty decent. Sharwick there, unfortunately, no real potential ability. But look here on our senior squad then instead. Gosling having a good training round here again, so that's pretty nice. Aiken having decent training round, or developing pretty well here again, so that's nice, even though he's a lone player. He's not happening too much. Poncelli will already looked at. Charles doing pretty well here as well, and improving as well decently, so that's nice. How is his report? Yeah, he is also with a very good potential ability. It's 24 years old though, so will be a little bit hard for him maybe to reach the real top, so to say, but he will get praise for his development, so that's to encourage him to get even better, and hopefully that will make good. And sorry for that bounce if you heard that. Hopefully our my thingy, or my setup for that to be less if you happen to do what I just did, sort of touch or slam on the mic. Hopefully you didn't hear that too much, since I've changed the setup and I'm trying to find a word for it, but I just can't at the moment, so I'll try to focus on that and focus on putting in the correct team here on the pitch and the bench, of course. So we want not Tavares, we want Gosling and Ponticelli there. So let's see here. And then forward attack for Gosling, and target man in support for Ponticelli. Heath, Charles, O'Connor, Jones. You are not, should be Aiken, but Aiken, you are extremely tired actually. So you must have had a late international appearance there, so can't do too much about that. And we'll put in Sangster instead of Jordan here on the bench. Shouldn't really, but we bring in Jordan again and move out Tavares. So Lensarm, Alloy, Merge, Gray, Jordan and Sangster on the bench. Yeah, that is correct. And yeah, this is the best team that we can put on the pitch, so to say, or in the first 11. At least I think it is. So let's kick off on player straight off and come just as usual. So Bath City here versus Bristol Rovers in yellow shirts and Bath City in white and black. So actually, as I am recording this, Bath City have started off this season in Vanera National League North in real life extremely good. They are leading, or they were leading, I think, the table after 3 or 4 match days at 10 points or something like that. So very exciting to see how they will be playing in first FIFA Manager 2020 is what I think I will get my hands first on before we get to Football Manager 2020. And some dangerous looking chance there, but nothing really super dangerous. More things like that, chances that were a little bit over the top bar, not super much, but a little bit. And there we have the end of the first half. So the scoreline 0-0 for Bath City versus Bristol Rovers. Shots 5 versus 7, shots on target 3 versus 4, and possession 45 versus 55%. Doing all right here so far after one half, but we could definitely do better. But you won't see here. We'll tell Heath here that we are not happy with the performance, and we'll do the same here to De Havilland. We know those two players definitely can do better. So hopefully they will do just that here in the second half. And let's see here, what more? Nothing too much happened here in the beginning of the half. He's here with a shot from a free kick, but saved there quite easily by the Bristol Rovers keeper. I won't try to say the keeper's name there. Something quite crazy. And Poncelli with the chance here, and it's a goal for Bassett here in the 58th minute for Poncelli, and Bassett 1-0 for Bass versus Bristol Rovers. Great play there by Poncelli, or De Havilland, playing the ball behind the defensive line of Bristol Rovers. So I think it's starting to be time here to make a substitution or two. We'll switch here in Sangster instead of De Havilland, and let Sangster play as a deep lane playmaker, just due to he's one of the most tired players on the bench while on the field. We're trying to just have fresh feet on the ground and save our players really, and that's the same reason that we switch out Akinola. So with 20 minutes to go here, we are leading the game 1-0, and we are hopeful that we can bring this together. And we'll move our mentality here for the last 10 minutes or so to very defensive and don't really want any more highlights here. And here we have a last highlight, but it is for the final whistle. So the final result here after full time is Bath City versus Bristol Rovers 1-0. Shots 9-16, shots on target 6-7, and possession 46-54%. So coming away with a win there, very, very nice result, and yeah, very happy with the performance of the lads, and I guess mostly our keepers, maybe even that managed to keep their shut the door really, so to say. And after that match, we are now sixth in the league and in the playoff spots, and 14 points clear of the relegation zone. So that's very, very nice. And attending 4,026 to that game, which is also very, very nice for us. And that will actually be everything for this episode, so I hope you have enjoyed. And if you have done so, remember to smash that like button. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. You have been watching Rawslowgaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.